Hey guys, it's Coach Tom. Just writing down my workout, and one of the things I have a big problem with is documenting my warm-ups. And the reason for this is that, a lot of my workouts are very simple. It's like barbell deadlift, bench press, overhead press, maybe back day, squats, box squats, good mornings. There's not too much variety once we get into the actual workout. But the warm-up is just this like Bermuda Triangle of, honestly guys, like there's two things going on here. One, I'm assessing my body and I'm doing it in an incredibly quick way because I have a lot of tools and a lot of tricks that I use, and I'm feeling my own body. So there's no interface between the client and the trainer where I have to ask and I have to assess. I can literally feel, and if I'm like, it feels like, my shoulder blade's actually drifting a little bit upwards, so now I should probably do scapular depressions. That doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so I did 3 reps, and now I'm going to move over and I'm going to take a band and I'm actually going to externally rotate as I pull the humerus rearward, And there's just, so I really would like to, maybe I'll try to get like a video, a cameraman to come in and I can literally talk about what I'm doing and why. But I don't really do warm-ups the same every time. I never go in with a plan. Every time I've tried to go in with a plan, I've had a shitty warm-up. And, it's just because there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. And when you've been training for over 20 years, one, you've got a ton of baggage. You've got a ton of, busted up tissues, and I've got tons of injuries that I have to work around and work through. And they, so there's that. There's the fact that, this isn't low intensity stuff. I'm usually either trying to produce a ton of speed strength or I'm trying to lift a ton of weight, so everything needs to be right. And the third thing is I got to get my head on straight. So usually what'll happen is I'll get up from my desk to go train, and there's a 30-minute process where I go from Coach Tom to, I don't know, whatever, miles. Like, it's like jazz. It really is. It's like you're improvising. You're trying things and you're in the situation. You're in the moment, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And while you're thinking a great deal, you're not following a plan. You're listening to your body. And so, that's something that takes a great deal of time to be able to do. It's not me bragging. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying that, that's why I have a hard time following prescribed warm-ups, or I have a hard time writing down the things that I do. Because they do change. And I'll literally make up exercises on the spot with bands and with weights in order to create just to get the right angle. Because, to say something is hitting your teres minor, it's like, well, sure, but, maybe there's some scar tissue back there. What part of the teres minor has the scar tissue? Your shoulder isn't built like other people's shoulders, so, sometimes you need to change exercises to get them to hit the right spot. So there's my 4-minute explanation, because I get asked a lot, like, how do you do your warm-ups? And I do prescribe warm-ups for people, and this is part of the process too. This is the other thing I'd like to say, guys, is that, the idea that, well, Tom's doing that and I can't do that, so I shouldn't even try. It's like, no, like, the whole thing is like a learning process. So you're being given exercises that are going to help you to learn more about your body, and that's just more information so that, it's just all about learning and getting better. Okay, so it's not to say you shouldn't do warm-up, or there shouldn't be certain exercises in the warm-up. Usually when we get started, with regular people, with beginners, it's like, okay, we'll jump rope and elevate the heart rate a little bit, warm up the tissues, and let's start working on a squat. And if we don't see what we want, we start cueing things. So, there's times when we do a lot of very specific drills, but we try not to complicate things until we have to. All right. There's some random thoughts from me today. Hope it helps. Hope it helps you to understand. Thanks. Bye.